Modern pharmaceutical manufacturing requires absolute precision. In an automated line like this, there is zero margin for error, a standard that the FDA is now applying to the quality systems behind the machinery. On February 2, 2026, the FDA will officially retire the Quality System Inspection Technique, known as QSIT. Reducing this transition to a series of simple SOP updates overlooks the structural requirements of the new regulation. The 2024 Compliance Playbook lacks the real-time data loops and risk integration required to pass a 2026 inspection. This new regulatory framework is the Quality Management System Regulation, or QMSR. This diagram compares legacy 21 CFR 820 subsystems against the ISO 13485-2016 standards. The center shows the primary alignment, the shift toward integrated risk management. Risk management must now be integrated across the entire product lifecycle, moving beyond its traditional silo within R&D. This structural realignment changes the regulatory requirements for 4 specific operational domains. Achieving compliance now depends on a continuous systems engineering approach to quality, rather than a periodic audit checklist. The first domain involves the oversight of supply chain and contract manufacturing organizations. Relying on a passive biannual audit of a CMO is no longer a statistically valid method for catching operational deviations. The QMS boundary expands to integrate the CMO module into the central core. If a contractor has a microbial excursion, real-time data must stream back to assess risk. You must possess metrics to verify the contractor's CAPA effectiveness, rather than just filing an incident report. The FDA holds the primary manufacturer accountable for any operational failures occurring at the contractor's site. The FDA now treats your contractor's operational environment as a direct extension of your own facility. The second domain covers data integrity and advanced metadata verification. FDA auditors are now deploying advanced analytics to parse digital audit trails for specific metadata patterns. Disabling audit trails or using shared logins compromises the original records mandate and triggers an official action indicated status. This digital audit trail shows the required capture for every data modification. Each deleted result must include the who, the when, and the why. Implementing review by exception protocols allows your system to automatically flag these specific metadata modifications for immediate review. Data integrity in 2026 relies on the ability to algorithmically audit the audit trail itself. The third domain targets root cause analysis within the CAPA system. Surface-level investigations are currently a leading cause of systemic regulatory failures and OAI statuses. If an investigation ends at human error and defaults to retraining, it leaves the underlying process flaw unaddressed, a major red flag for auditors. Auditors look for documentation like this Ishikawa diagram, which maps out process variables to identify the technical source of a failure. Using methodologies like the fishbone or the 5 whys is necessary to remove the operator variable and focus on the system. Compliance requires evidence that the flaw was engineered out of the process. The final domain is physical plant maintenance and sanitary conditions. In this aseptic cleanroom, maintaining the sterile environment requires continuous monitoring and strict adherence to validated cleaning cycles. Relying on worst-case cleaning scenarios that do not reflect your hardest-to-clean products creates a systemic vulnerability. Inspectors now expect documented daily facility upkeep rather than a deep clean performed solely in anticipation of an audit. Facilities must use routine microbial mapping to turn sanitation into a data-driven process for bioburden control. Physical sanitation must become an active, integrated part of daily operations to meet the new QMSR regulatory standard. When we combine these 4 domains, the central ISO 13485 core connects to supply chain, data integrity, CAPA, and the physical plant. This setup creates continuous feedback loops where risk data is constantly fed back into the central quality system. The goal of these requirements is to move toward a structurally embedded quality culture. Integrated risk oversight allows a facility to capture everything from CMO performance to metadata deviations in real time. Linking these 4 domains creates a system capable of identifying risks through its own internal data loops. Failing to realign data systems to this new architecture creates immediate regulatory exposure as the 2026 deadline approaches. Leadership in QA and operations should begin a comprehensive gap analysis against the ISO 13485-2016 standard immediately. Regardless of where you operate your facility today, the ultimate standard driving every single one of these analytics remains patient safety. Auditors in 2026 will prioritize the structural integrity of your quality system and its ability to capture deviations automatically.